Here's one of my favorite cold weather pasta dishes, Cappellacci from the town of Ferrara, served in a traditional meat sauce or a modern butter, parmigiano, and authentic aged balsamic vinegar. Yummy! I'm Maribel from Taste of Italy, and I hope you enjoy my video today. There are many varieties of butternut squash. The sweeter variety is the one with the rugged peel. Try to use that one. Some nice butternut squash that we've roasted, kept in the fridge overnight. We're going to peel it away, peel as much as we can, or you can simply break everything up. No, I don't remove the strands because I believe that all of that is good for your body. So we have our mashed up butternut squash. And I'll begin with 3 heaping tablespoons, and then I'm going to add some nutmeg. I prefer to use freshly grated because it's a lot more potent. Watch out for your nails. You don't want to grate those in. Our nutmeg is going to be adding a layer of flavor to our mixture. Now we're going to mix that all in, and then we're going to taste it. This could definitely use a little bit more nutmeg because I can barely taste it, and a little bit more Parmigiano because again I can barely taste it, and another grating of nutmeg. You can use powdered for it too. You just may end up needing a little bit more. I'm going to add a pinch of salt to balance out the sweetness. I don't always need it because I roasted it overnight and I put it in the fridge. There was a little bit of condensation, which creates a little extra moisture. So nothing wrong with that, but obviously if I'm not going to eat these immediately, I'm going to need to have something that absorbs some of this moisture. So I'm going to be adding some breadcrumbs. I'm personally going to be adding gluten-free breadcrumbs, but you're welcome to add any breadcrumbs you want as long as they're not flavored. Start with a small amount and then we can decide what else we may need. I'm going to taste it. Yummy. So what are we looking for? I need to be able to taste my Parmigiano Reggiano, and I also need to be able to taste the nutmeg. So this is perfect, so I'm going to get ready to stuff my pasta. You take a square, fold it diagonally, press the top, and then with your index and thumb, you're going to press firmly to seal the edges. Okay. And then with the thumb, I'm right-handed, so with this right-hand thumb, I'm going to push up. At the same time, I'm creating this fold or pleat or whatever you want to call it. And repeat on the other side and bring under and press hard down here. At the bottom, we have 4 layers of dough and we want them to be thin, like these. Let's work on the edges because, as we said, those are the ones who tend to dry out first. So diagonal, press hard all the way down to form this triangle. Now, if you wanted to, you could stop right here. This is a perfectly acceptable shape. And when you're working on your own, for crying out loud, they're going to be happy even if you just give them a triangle. But we have time, and so I'm going to push up with my thumb, caress, caress, bring under. The other one is 2, and press hard to thin out. So I have 2 layers down here instead of the 4 that I otherwise have. This way, this bottom part cooks at the same rate as the top part. There are several ways we can keep them. We can keep our pasta either on the wooden board, on a paper tray. This one has ridges, especially made for pasta, so that they won't stick. So we have 46 cappellacci plus 1 that I ate raw because I couldn't resist.